How many 7-year-olds do you think you could take? Realistically.
Backed up into a corner, 90-degree angle, and it's straight zombie.
And why?
Style.
Wait,
why?
zombie 7-year-olds? Or
No, like zombie style, like they're just rushing you.
Okay. I mean...
No weapons?
No weapons.
Nah.
Alright, ready to go?
Yep.
Alright. Hey, welcome back to
Two Cooks.
One server.
And a teacher.
Cool. Welcome back, everyone. And if you join us the first time, thank you for doing that. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back to us. We appreciate it.
Woo.
Yep. And of course, to start off any show properly, we got to introduce ourselves for the audio and listeners. So let's go on the line with...
I'm Ace.
Nick.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Chris.
And we're about to do some shots.
Woo!
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Let's have a good show.
Can I catch you guys up there for a second?
Oh, so disgusting.
Delicious.
One. Speaking of fun.
Oh,
Man.
It's more like the opposite of fun, unless you're like,
Yeah.
You went out with a bang.
Hey.
What was the worst or best way you quit a job, fellas?
Dang.
Alright, I'm gonna start with mine.
I say, are we going in chronological order?
yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna start with
just-
mine because
just
like
like top
I feel like mine or like the best way I got. It's not even the best way. It's kind of a really shit way, but so I was working at Kmart. I was like 17 years old, 18. Like I was a kid,
I can see
and like
this
some
going.
shit. And I'm over here. Like it's actually my first day doing carts. Like it's my second day period. First day doing carts. I'm like out there doing carts and like putting my shit away. And one of the managers calls me over and it's like, hey, I need you in the office. I go get taken to the office and there's 2 cops there. And I did some shit and like
Alright, hold up now. Hold up. No. Because now you have to tell us what the fuck you did. Are you liable for it right now?
No.
Alright, then tell us what the fuck you did.
It's not nothing like that. It's like, alright, so basically I was fucking around with this girl. She gave me her credit card and she let me use it, and then she lied to her parents that I stole it, and I got in trouble for that, for theft. I got like 4 different charges on me and a bunch whatever. I ended up all getting dropped and stuff, but fuck that bitch. Like I don't even remember her name. Like it was Amanda something, but
Check the credit card statements, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
like I said, fucking like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm I get taken to the office and like they take me down to the fucking station and shit. I get fucking handcuffed in front of everybody, fucking well to the car. Like I'm walking through the goddamn
Kmart.
Yeah,
and shit.
Kmart and shit, and that shit was shitty.
So you didn't go back to that job? You didn't show up Monday again?
I never went back to that job. Like, they never called me, and I pretty much figured I got fired. Like,
Yeah, bro, I'm depressed.
Second
What do you
day.
do to cope? Oh, no, I don't. I work at Kmart.
Fun.
But yeah, that was my experience. One of my worst experiences, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I feel like that one was kind of thrust upon you.
It totally was. Like, fuck that shit.
I would say for mine was my first job. At the time, I was working at Tilted Kill. I don't know if y'all have ever eaten at Tilted Kill.
I have.
I was working as a line cook, alright?
Okay.
This is the first, technical job I ever had. I had cleaned sailboats before. That was, again, just me self-employing myself. So this was the first job I had ever gotten hired at. And so, a couple months go by. I'm working there just fine. I mean, not really just fine. The actual kitchen manager was actually a piece of shit. His name was Chad, and he wore, the little Irish-style fedora, the flat cap, unironically all the time. And I did not like that dude. He was about, 2 inches taller than me and just fat as fuck. And always felt like challenging authority. Whenever he would post the schedule, he would allow all the other cooks to come up and pretty much grab my scheduling slots without ever consulting me. which I had a problem with.
So you just end up with like 2 days.
So I'll just end up with 2 days, which are our busiest days when no one else
Nobody
wanted to work.
wanted it,
Yeah. And so I wasn't the biggest fan of that job. And the paycheck really wasn't enough for me to stick around. So one weekend rolled around where I was scheduled to work, and there was like, dude, we're getting slammed. We could really help use you coming in. And I was like, I looked at where I was, and I was currently at a FIFA competition amongst like some of my buddies. I was like, sorry, bro, ball is life. I did not show up, and they texted me a week later, just like, hey man, so like, you ever gonna come back? I was like, probably not. Did you not get the message where I said ball was life? The whole time I'm just on a PS4 playing FIFA, and just like, sorry, bro, Jumbo Kayende has to win. So yeah, that was probably the least favorite one. My favorite one that I've left, because again, I don't appreciate hazing rituals at any type of job. I appreciate getting my hours, and if I feel like I'm getting ill-treated, I will leave in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there's plenty of other jobs we had.
Exactly.
True. Well, never really quit a job in such a spectacular fashion as you gentlemen have, but one that really shocked a lot of people was that I actually put a 2-week notice in to a restaurant.
Hey, no, that's
not
smart.
very common.
That's not common.
at
I know
all,
it's
no.
not
I
common,
was
but
in the-
I've done that. It's smart.
Most people cuss a manager out, log the
Yeah.
fuck out, and then come
Or
back
you
to
see
their
a
paycheck.
Facebook post in about 2 days.
Yeah, I think I was the first one to actually do that in like 5 or 6 years at this place. Like, no joke, like 5 or 6 years. So when I actually said my 2 weeks, and I stuck around for that whole 2 weeks, the upper man, the bosses were kind of surprised about it. Like, there was a point, like, the last day, he was kind of, like, pacing back and forth, like, when's this guy gonna fuck up so I can rip his ass one more time? And, like, I didn't at all, and it was, yeah, that's kind of...
You got to leave on good terms, and they were terrified of
Yeah,
it.
they were just like, fuck, we're not used to this. We're not used to this
last
sleeping.
2 weeks, like, it was like, this man was perfect for 2 weeks.
I was pretty nice.
Like,
yeah.
he was just happy at work.
I was like, dude, there's a light in the tunnel.
Fucking
Thank you. Way to go, man.
Thank you. But yeah.
You want to go, Nick?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I got another one.
I have another one as well. Like, it's not like the
I
worst
got
way I've
my
left.
favorite way I left a job just because it was funny. And then I got my fastest way I left a job. I was employed somewhere for all of an hour and a half. That was so bad. But so I was working at one place full time as their main cook. And just like most of the time I'd have like lunch shift all by myself and maybe have like one person help for dinner because it wasn't that big of a spot. And then another restaurant was like, hey, we really need a kitchen manager. But it'll just be for the mornings because we're doing breakfast and brunch. And I was like, well, I can make that work. I'll be off by like 2, and then I can just go to the other job and take care of that because that's mainly evening, afternoon spot. So it was a fun period of like 50, 60-hour weeks. That was a blast. And then at the new job, my second week, the very start of my second week being the kitchen manager, the head chef left. He just walked out. He was very obnoxiously French trained because he told me every single day. Super full of himself, overly fancy about everything. And he just left because it didn't work. So then I came to work, and the lady who owned it, again, brand new spot, it's been open for maybe a month, maybe. And she was like, hey, cool, so Greg left. Just you're our new head chef. I need a seasonal side for the day. I need a hot sauce. I need a special entree. And do you think you could rework the menu? Because I just really don't like what he's done with this. I went, yeah, that sounds great for my part-time project job. Fucking wonderful idea. So I did. I reworked their whole menu. I just simplified everything. Because he had it like set up so weird. He would have the name of the item, which was like the duck croissant, and it just said like croissant, duck, mixed greens, and glaze.
Brilliant.
And everyone was like, "Is this a sandwich? Is this a salad?" No, it was a breakfast item. It made absolutely zero sense. So reworked the whole thing, made like sections for the menu, came up with new things. They still have it on their menu called a Krabby Patty, which I was so proud of that I had to put that on a menu. And like kept everything running, and like it ran smooth enough. So then it came to, I'd been at this job for like a month, and they got a new head chef because like I just didn't have the time to do all the shit they wanted to do. But I still hadn't gotten paid. And I was like, hey, so like working at 30 hours a week. Y'all said you were going to up my pay once I became your head chef. I still haven't gotten a paycheck yet from you. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. So the owner's husband writes me a check. Like that day, writes me a check. I'm like, cool, thank God, I got fucking bills to pay. So I go to cash it at the bank, and the check bounced, and I get charged a $35 fee for it.
Bruh.
I went back, and I was like, so... They're like, well, just give us another week or two, and, you know, we'll get everything straight, and then we'll get your money to you. I was like, y'all know I have another whole full-time job I still pull 40 hours a week at. I'm dying, and you're not paying. So I don't think this is going to work. So it was Labor Day weekend. And it came to that Saturday. And I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm going to be late. They're like, that's fine. We can hold it down for a little bit. I was like, cool. Thank God. And an hour later, I was like, yeah, sorry, guys. I'm really late. And they're like, no problem. No problem. Just, you know, get here when you can. And then 2 hours later, they texted me and was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, oh, nothing. Just chilling on the beach, drinking some beer. How are y'all? And they didn't text me anymore that day. Then they texted me after the weekend, like that following Tuesday or Wednesday. They're like, so are you gonna come back? And I was like, are you gonna pay me? And they didn't answer, so I never went back to the job.
That's
You're fair.
Yeah,
They
no,
sent me a
they-
W-2 for how much money I was supposed to get paid.
yeah.
They sent me a W-2 for like $6,000, and I was
Fuck
like,
them.
Well, that would have been nice to have. Like,
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
nice. Like, what?
I will say probably it's my favorite way I've left a job was also from a 2 weeks. I put in my 2 weeks notice. I know, no. It's my favorite way because of how it wrapped up. I actually got a nice gift at the end of it. They went to like this custom like cupcake place, like the
Oh, I
gourmet
know this.
cupcake place, and like got me 2 whole boxes of cupcakes. And you know, everyone wrote on a card, and like the managers had their own separate card, and like they just wrote on how like I've always went above and beyond, like how half the job I did like wasn't in my job description, how I did it anyways, just because they requested it or like on my own whim. And I don't know, man, it's something about like putting in hard work and seeing it like recognized in like a job in a workplace that really isn't focused on the individual. It's more on keeping the machine as it is like going.
Yeah.
To actually get some recognition for like hard work was like really rewarding.
Well, yeah, that always is. Yeah, that's the goal, really. Is to get
I mean, yeah, it's good. The goal is to find a job like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I wasn't expecting to find it, and just as a fucking delivery driver of all things.
Yeah.
But like, I was really impressed, like with I guess their courtesy after I left, and getting out of there and seeing the whole entire like employee base being like, we're actually gonna miss you. We're sad that you're leaving, and doing something to prove it as opposed to just words.
Mm.
So that was actually probably my favorite job that I've left, like the way I've left a job.
Very nice. Very nice, sir. Oh man.
You said you had another one.
Yeah, I
Sure.
did got another one. All right, so I was like, this is probably right after Kmart. Yeah,
what's that shit you
Was it
don't put on your
Walmart?
resume?
Yeah.
Was it Walmart this time?
No.
Was
It
it
was,
Target?
it was this little hole in the wall, Smackwater Jacks.
Okay.
And yeah, this was around for a little bit, a few years or whatever. And like, I just wanted to like start cooking early. And I go get the job, I lie on my resume,
Yeah.
say I did all these things or whatever. Yo, my second day, they give me the whole kitchen and like whatever. Mind you, I did pretty solid, yeah, for the most part. But like 3 weeks to go by or some shit, and like, you know, they hired another guy that has way more experience than me. Mind you,
Yeah.
also, like, I'm 17 years old and a bar, and like running their kitchen, they were like, let's get somebody older, more experience. So like, it just seemed odd.
That's fair,
Mind you,
though.
also was drinking all their alcohol, and so like, they fired, or like, I didn't even get fired. Like, it just took me off the schedule, didn't say shit to me.
Just such a bitch way to fire
Yeah,
somebody.
it really is.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
You just stop getting scheduled and you're like, so
What's happening here?
Yeah, so I go come in and I'm like, what's up? And like, yeah, they took you off the schedule, you're done. I was like, all right, cool. So I go take my car out back, and I just unload my car up from the freezer, and like just set all the meat and like all the beer on the cooler, and like maybe not all of it, but a good amount.
enough.
And I pull out, and I'm like, I still got my W-2 from. I didn't get no phone calls from the cops or anything.
Yeah, cops didn't show up at your next job, so you're killing.
Fair
You had
enough.
an amazing
I
reference.
made out.
No, bro, I handled the kitchen. Handled
Exactly. Yeah, I got another job like 2 days later.
it. Yeah.
Yo,
That's the way it kind of goes, man. Like, if you're looking for a job, it doesn't boil down to being too hard if you get the references, if you get the experience, or if you lie about the experience a little bit, chances are you'll get the job.
Yeah.
Hey, I filled in gaps in my resume before.
Yeah, nice.
I was like, oh yeah, I took a summer off to dick around. No, I didn't. I was a studious worker back in 2017.
Yeah.
Because who are you going to call and be like, did he leave in March or June of 2017? Which one was it?
Yeah, so long ago, no one can really say for certain at all. If there was someone there.
Not endorsing lying on your resume.
Exaggerating is encouraged, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
works, it works.
exaggerating.
Enhance your own resume.
Don't
Thank
say you
yourself.
have cooking experience and get stuck running an entire bar kitchen by yourself with zero experience. But also don't have gaps in your resume.
Yeah, never have gaps in your resume.
Never.
You can fake your way. You can fake your way through a gap easier than you can experience in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you need to fill in a gap, you were a manager at Toys R Us. Who are they going to call? Who are they going to call to verify it?
Nah, bro, I was going online for my Google certification. I was online. I was actually getting the stock market, bro. Teaching me monetary skills.
Facts.
Mhm.
There we go. I will say, along the topic of jobs and the way you've left them before, about the way you've been hired, what are like some things that are kind of like stick out to you about interviews? Like, if you saw something, if you're going for an interview and they ask you these questions, what makes you think I'm gonna want to work here,
Or I'm not.
or I'm not gonna work
When
here?
you show up to an interview and they go, oh shit, we have an interview today? Already don't like your organizational skills.
Yeah, I felt like I'd never been to a place where I wanted, or like I put my for an interview and stuff. I had too bad of an interview.
I've had
So-
some horrible interviews.
Yeah. So
I've had some
I really would like to
horrible
hear some of
interviews.
y'all interviews.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've had some terrible interviews, dude.
Do you think you can work front of house and back of the house and just like do doubles? How understaffed is you? But you need me in both places.
you gonna pay me for both? You gonna
I'm
pay
glad
me?
to be a host. What do you mean?
So we're
Yeah.
gonna need you to operate a forklift, but we're not gonna get you the forklift certification. Almost
It's because you're 16. We don't want to pay that.
I was like, man,
We got
not
it.
really.
I was definitely 16 in a bar changing kegs.
So like, if anything ever happened,
Yeah,
like,
that's
so I
right.
injured myself, and like, it's shown that I didn't actually have a forklift certification while operating one. I would have been the one to blame for that, not the workplace. They would have
Yeah.
probably been like, "Oh yeah, he lied about it." I'm like, no.
Funny for workplace injury, I was working a couple weeks ago and a keg fell off of the shelf. And it's just a little 6-stool keg, so it's not that big. But the old inner soccer player in me was like, oh yeah, bro, just tap it back up. So I went to just like volley it back up. Didn't work, fell directly on my ankle. And so fucking swelled up. I was hobbling around for a day or two. And my manager was like, well, why didn't you fill out an accident injury report? Get workman's comp. And I was like, come on, you gotta pass a drug test for workers' comp. What the hell am I doing? Wasting damn ink. Ain't no point in that.
That is a
Man.
bullshit cause right there.
Yeah.
Then I found out afterwards they have to drug test you on site the day of, because if you say you use drugs to medicate for pain later, then they can't hold you liable for it.
Oh. That's
So I
interesting.
definitely could have gotten away with that. But hindsight, 2020, all that shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Feels weird to say hindsight is 2020 after the last year we had. I don't like that phrase anymore.
Definitely not a fan of. I went into a small little utility store. Like it was up in Richmond when I was still living in the area, and I go in there and I'm just like, I'm here for the interview. And the guy behind the counter walks over to the door and flips the open to the close and just like takes me back and said, "Yeah, bro, come on, I'll give you an interview." I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be putting on a lot of labor here. He takes me back and said, "Well, if you do go ahead with the hiring process, you will be our first hire." I'm just like, I don't think I want that. I don't think I want that position here. I ended up going through for it anyways, and my biggest fears were confirmed. All the workload, instead of it just being that one man who was like the owner, ended up just trickling down onto me. I'm
So
just
can
like,
you do inventory? Can you do ordering? Can you...
we have a truck coming. We need you to do inventory. We need you to actually separate out, make the shelves. count the drawer, make sure the drawer's okay. Take the final deposit down to the bank. I'm just like.
Also, how do you feel about unpaid overtime? That was one of my least favorite questions of the job. He was like, yeah, so you're going to work a lot of overtime here. We don't pay overtime. Heads up.
Bro, no, fuck all that.
That feels like something that like an employee says to you, not like the manager or the hiring manager says, bro.
Oh, this was the owner.
Oh, yeah.
It was a certain ethnicity, a certain country that's known for being broke now, so it makes sense.
Greek.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very much so. Yeah, no, they didn't pay overtime, but you did get a portion of tip outs on paychecks. So, like, you might work 60 hours in a week, and you don't get overtime, but we gave you an extra $100 on your paycheck tax-free, so we should be square.
Nope.
I don't like when employers trying to get over on their employees. I will say that it's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah,
in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when it boils down to it, I understand like you try to maintain the order as best as you can, but are you really? Are you really when you have like 3 separate people that you hired within the past week walking out, and you need to pull in this many new hires that you're willing to bend corners or bend rules?
My last job's lost 10 people in the last 2 weeks.
So
I was the first.
So I'll say Outback, where I used to work at before COVID, had about 111 some odd employees.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy,
Nice.
overstaffed, crazily overstaffed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Must
It's not that big of a
That's
restaurant.
like 2-3
It's
days
not.
or
It's
whatever.
not. Right now, they're struggling to maintain 30.
Yeah.
That's because everybody's struggling right now.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's in unemployment right now.
Yeah, unemployment, like getting extra benefits from other people. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really shitty out there.
Yeah, I still see the benefit of working during all this. Like this is that gap period that we talked about. What did you do during COVID? What do you mean? What did I do?
What did I do?
I went to still filed unemployment. What
Yeah.
did you do?
What'd you do for that?
Your
whole
boy was
entire
double
couple years?
dipping.
Working with unemployment, yeah.
My
Really.
job was like, hey, we're going to offer you your job back during this time of COVID. We understand if you don't want to, but also if you say no, you can't collect unemployment anymore. I was like, y'all some bitches.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll come back to work. And then I saw what they were paying us when it was just to-goes only. And I was like, nah, we're still going to file for unemployment. Filed my taxes, everything was squared away. They never checked at all.
It's
Not
a
even a
risky
little
business, but it has a good payout.
Does.
With how understaffed the IRS is, I'm not worried about it. They made a public statement 2 years ago saying they didn't have enough people to check anybody's tax return if you made more than $100,000 a year.
Got you. We have an allergy emergency, everyone.
Yep.
We'll be back after these.
We had a
messages.
recent change in the weather overnight.
It's been terrible.
It's been
We're having
horrible.
technical difficulties due to flower cum. Someone got face fucked by a field of roses and now we can't continue.
Oh man, I hear the little honks coming from its nose. It's so disgusting.
Sounds like it kind of sounds like someone's sitting a chair against the floor really fast.
Yeah. Like a wooden chair on tire.
Yep.
Talking about hearing your little honks is just funny. We were making fun of it and then you timed in perfectly with
The
it.
revival of Snuffleupagus over here, bro.
That sounds racist.
Snuffleupagus?
From Pooh Bear?
What?
Is
Wait.
racist.
Wait.
No. No.
No. Snuffleupagus is not from Pooh Bear.
The one I know is there's definitely a whole movie about Pooh Bear and a Snuffleupagus.
No.
No.
Who the fuck are you thinking of?
No.
It's a little elephant. It was in Pooh Bear.
Snuffy? Wait, no, that's Snuffleupagus. No,
is-
yeah.
Did they make a crossover with Snuffleupagus
No,
and
it's
Pooh Bear?
not.
No, that did not happen.
Hold up, hold
Yeah,
up.
no, fuck that.
3 of y'all have supercomputers in the fucking palm of your hands. You can look this thing up in 2 seconds.
Well, you said the 3 of us. Is this a supercomputer?
Yeah, I have.
I
my
didn't
phone
know
in my
you.
hand either.
What's that right there?
I
But,
was
like-
talking about.
What's that right there?
Steve,
Yeah,
no.
from the Sesame Street, right?
Yeah, no, it's from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
That's where Snuffleupagus is from. Got Pause Your Dare and all that good stuff.
I'm trying to think who the fuck he's talking about.
I know, right? No, I feel like he's really grinding on Google right now, trying to find.
Like, for real.
Snuffleupagus.
Bro, I'm just trying to figure out how to fucking spell this
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like, how do you spell?
Snuffy.
No, the spelling's actually ridiculous. It's Snuffleupagus. Not at all how I thought.
Alright,
you would
whatever.
spell it.
Yeah,
I was
just
but
giving
going
you
back,
shit.
how is Snuffleupagus
I was just
racist?
giving you shit.
Ace, how is Snuffleupagus racist?
Because he has a
Well, he did get canceled.
yeah,
That's
he has
fair.
a
He did get
big
canceled.
long trunk.
That's racist.
That's racist.
That's stereotyping right there.
You said it, not me.
Hey! Steve,
Elephants have trunks.
how do you feel about Snuffleupagus? Even though only one quiet on Snuffleupagus, Steve.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck Snuffleupagus is. I'm not sure I ever saw Snuffleupagus.
I'm gonna be terrified if I try to type this in. And
God damn it.
Yeah, Mr.
you
Teacher
remember
over there.
the Dave Chappelle
yes.
thing? Hey, bird.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen that character, I don't believe.
Well, actually, the more I look at Snuffleupagus, yeah, he might be a little bit racist.
I mean, I saw the Dave Chappelle version, and every puppet in that bitch was racist as a motherfucker. But like, it's I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
I remember
I
that
can't say.
It was
So
like
anyway,
a drug
Snuffleupagus is racist,
Yeah.
Fuck
and
it.
A sounds like a really angry goose.
Yeah, canceling some tour.
Did y'all ever play that Goose game?
Duck, duck, goose.
Yeah, no. The Goose game,
No.
like it was the Goose Simulator.
Untitled Deuce Game.
Yeah, Untitled Goose Game. Did y'all ever play that?
Yeah, it's
What?
fucking hilarious.
Refresh-
It's
This is
so-
literally just the two of y'all.
No, so-
Yeah, yeah, you
So
literally
the
just play a
premise is-
goose and like
You just go terrorize people.
Terrorize people, yeah.
You walk up behind
yeah, I've
people and
seen
honk at them.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember that.
So I kind of want to mimic that with Ace, and he just goes around in public with like a little napkin and just blows his nose behind people.
Oh, that would cause a fucking panic. That would cause chaos. Dude. Someone sneezing behind someone today would be no.
So great thing to do. Get a little tiny spray bottle.
Oh,
and just
this
walk
ain't
up
going
behind
good.
people with their bare neck. Just go and shoo, and squeeze it right as you sneeze, then tuck it in your pocket before they turn around.
You walk, keep walking.
Someone-
keep walking.
Keep
Yeah,
walking.
keep walking. Don't stay around for the confrontation.
Dude, that would certify. People would chase you.
Extreme version of that. Go to the movie theater
Would they really
with a
fight?
can of beef stew.
Probably. I would be surprised people out there.
Like a can of beef stew.
Yeah, and then right in the middle of the movie, stand up and just go "Bleh," and sling that shit as far as you possibly can, and then run.
What was the worst experience y'all ever had in a movie theater?
I got kicked out for having sex, and I wasn't even having sex.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
I went on a date. I was like, right before I got out of high school, right? I forget what the movie was for. I don't even remember what the movie was. But I went on a little date with this girl named Carly, right? And so we're sitting in like the middle row. It's not immensely packed, so like there's like a lot of spaces available. But there's like a kid and his mom, like a little baby, like toddler age, right behind us. All right? Movie goes along fine. We get to like the last quarter, like the kind of finale of the movie. And all I see out of the corner of my eye is this kid look away from his mom's shoulder and at Carly, my date, and vomit.
Oh my god.
Come down.
Oh my god.
And smack her in the back of the head.
Oh.
And I don't know what happened, if it was disbelief, but she looked dazed for a moment. Because, like, I didn't know was I going to have to fight a toddler first of all?
I mean, high school rules. Technically, you're not an adult.
And the second one was I went out to my car. Obviously, I grabbed like a hoodie and shit like that, and took her to the bathroom. She got out like she was lucky. She had her hair tucked like into her shirt, so like most of it got on like the back of her neck and like
Okay.
the hoodie. But still, it's disgusting.
That's
You
gross
know?
as fuck.
And the whole time I'm sitting here just like, oh god, you look so gross right now.
she get a
my
second
question
date?
is, did you get play that
She got a second date.
Hey.
Because I felt bad, but after that, I was like, I have no interest in you, bro. Just a
They got no
target.
interest in you, barf girl. Get your nasty ass here.
I swear I could still smell it on
Wash
her, bro.
your
I
hands.
swear I could still smell it on her. I don't know if it was a trauma, but I swear I could still smell it.
It was
on
trauma.
her.
I promise.
You're gonna see her tomorrow, and you're just gonna be like, you're gonna smell it. It'll transcend
That was
time.
terrible.
I
Like,
tried to take a girl on a date in high school to the movies. And of course, still like in 9th grade.
Mhm.
My mom
So you were
drove us.
young.
Mm.
Ooh.
My mom decided to join for the movie and sat there right next to us the entire fucking time.
Was that the one that you almost got caught for sex for?
I wish.
Wait, what?
No, my hardcore Baptist
No, pause. Wait, what?
Yes.
Just for the sake
Hey,
of
hold on.
Mom sounded the same
I'm starting to
time.
learn some new shit about you right now.
So if my Southern Baptist ass Christian mother was told that her son was having sex in a movie theater,
Oh, yes,
the amount of
ass Christians.
bitch that would come out on whatever poor movie theater employee chose to challenge her would be astounding. The amount of good gollies and oh mercy me's that would befall that poor kid. Jesus, that was before she drank or cussed.
Sick.
Oh man.
Although, yeah, the Baptist ass Christians. Yes, how could I forget about those? What about you?
Yeah,
You
so I haven't had anywhere as fucking crazy as y'all's, but I did see
Do you
this
not
one.
remember Deadpool?
Yeah, I got another one. Hold on, what happened at Deadpool?
Deadpool, we left the entire back row covered in nothing but 40 bottles, tall boy beer cans, and mini bottles.
That doesn't
It was like
sound like a
airplane
bad time,
bottles.
though.
It was the entire crew from the job went and got the entire back row to watch Deadpool, and everyone brought alcohol. We got up, all of our chairs folded back, and all you heard was like somebody dumped a bar trash can amount of glass and metal hit the floor.
What the fuck y'all talking about?
Yo, this is back at
Dark Ages.
movie Bistro.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't remember where it was. You picked up tickets, I gave you money.
Oh no,
Barlow was still here, we all showed
Yes,
up.
I remember
Yes,
that.
yo, this is
And
damn.
everybody got
yeah.
absolute- Everyone was
Oh,
wasted. You handed me like 3 mini bottles. Fucking, I don't remember what. Fucking
That's
tall
right,
ass
Valentine's
crackhead
Day,
gave me
yeah.
a 40. It was great. And then I had to go 2 days later, lie, said I hadn't seen the movie and watch it for the first time with my girlfriend.
Be like that.
Because I bought tickets for us to go see it, but then you had opening night tickets. And I
But
was
you weren't
like,
going
I'm
to pass
doing
up the
that.
opportunity. Why would you?
Nope.
Yeah, that's when I was getting opening night tickets every fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But no, that was just a mild mini block party in the entire back row of the movie theater. It was ridiculous. Like, the lights turned on and I turned around after everybody had cleared out and it was just a fucking sea of alcohol containers.
yeah, this is back when you didn't have to. So you can't do that shit now. They're fucking go look that
Nah,
shit
'cause
up.
it
up, right?
Hell yeah.
Me, Barlow, and somebody else went in and we all literally laid across like 5 seats at a time. We're like, nope, they're reserved. While
I had to
everybody
like
went
sit
and got
outside.
snacks.
Yeah, I had to sit outside waiting on people. Yeah.
I will say.
Because you had all the tickets to get them in.
I had another funny movie experience. Me and my buddy Gil went to go see the movie Seventh Son. I don't know if y'all remember that. It did not do good in box office.
Never
Hinted
heard
by
of
the story. So me and him went there, just like, screw it, we just need something to do for the day. So we went to go watch a movie. And we go to see this movie. There's one other dude, middle-aged, in this whole entire movie theater, right? So it's me, Gil, we're up in the back row. This one guy, he's all the way down towards the front. All right, so this movie starts, and I look down at this guy. It's like, I look over at Gil. It'll be funny if for every about like 15 minutes we get a row closer to him and see if he notices. And so for about every 15 minutes I would take out my phone, which in a movie theater, whatever.
Yeah.
There was one other person.
I
don't
felt
think of it.
I felt pretty reckless.
I'm going wild, sir.
Wow, today.
Was it
Did you
silence
hop
though?
over the seat?
Oh no, not at all.
Did you hop over the seats?
Yeah, hop over the seats.
Nice.
Yeah, we're just like we creep over the seats and get close to this dude. So we're like directly behind him, so like his peripherals did not help him at all. End of the movie, we were sitting right behind him and just like leaning in closer. We're just leaning in like this and seeing if he'll notice. Whole entire time, dude's just like so engulfed in this terrible, like Rotten Tomato like certified bad movie.
Nice.
Like it was atrocious. And then he's just so engulfed in it, man. Like he almost looks like he's sweating from the amount of popcorn he's eating. I could see the beads of sweat on the back of his neck. We were that close to that motherfucker. And it's like the movie ends, and like he gets up and looks around the theater, and sees us right behind him. He's like, "Whoa, and just walks out.
That's what does.
Yeah, I was just like, completely. Oh yeah, these dudes started 13 rows behind me.
Like, where'd you go
Fucking
from?
One
weirdo.
movie
God
later,
damn
they're
it.
staring at the
Yeah,
sweat
he went
on the
home and
back of
told
my
his
neck.
wife about that.
It was
Right?
great. I enjoyed
And
every
bold
moment
of
of
you
that.
to assume there's a wife in the picture.
Yeah, that was very cool.
And just alone, scarfing down buckets of popcorn by himself in a movie theater.
Hey man,
I've seen
sometimes in
worse.
that day.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
really
decent
thought this
times.
was gonna end with you watched him beat off during a terrible movie.
I was actually.
I thought he was gonna come sit next to y'all or something.
Or
He
you
turned
just
around and saw it. He went, "Oh, it's that kind of party."
There was a point in time where I had my leg lifted up to go back, to go over and sit next to the guy, and like it was like, no, don't do that. I was like, man,
That's too weird.
That's too.
That's where we
weird,
draw the
man.
line.
That's where we draw the line.
Like, no.
I'm imagining if like while you were crawling over one row of seats, like your leg was like perched in a weird way. He turned around and saw like your shadow of a skeleton.
Yeah,
So
this
say
old
it's
man
almost a
just get a
fantasy
heart
movie. There are
attack.
definitely
Yeah.
skeletons in the room. If I
I'm trying to kill an old
I
man.
wouldn't mind being the cause of like a heart attack in the movie theater. I feel it'd be kind of funny in hindsight.
Well, you would be in the picture with
Yeah,
Nick.
I'll
that's
be
for
out.
sure.
I'll be like, no.
Oh, if that happened, I'd be
Yeah,
out of the
alive.
movie theater before they could ever tag me. Like, no, gone. What about you, Steve? You have any weird movie theater stories?
I mean, I got pulled out of movie theater one time.
Okay.
Like my brother and I convinced my mom that Scary Movie 3 wasn't actually R-rated. Oh, we were like 8 or 9 when it came out.
Oh my
remember?
god. Yo.
It's actually
I remember
PG-13.
this story.
That's a messed up
I
one.
was thinking just middle school.
Or
No,
however
8
fucking
or
old we
9.
were. We were not that old, but we weren't young. We were like preteen or whatever. So we don't sit next to our mom because, like, Mom, we're getting older. We don't want to sit next to the movie theater. None of against you. Like, fine, sit wherever you want in the theater. It's kind of an empty theater, so we kind of pick our own seats. And the movie starts playing, and the first like 5 minutes, you would think my mom would be like, "Okay, this is rated R. Get these fucking kids out of here." No, it lasts all up until the part where they're in their dorms, and the guy's like, "Hey guys, can I have my thing tucked in or out?" And he shows the tucked, he tucked himself in. And you're like, "Ow, man!" And then I hear these thuds come up at me, and then I'm grabbing my shoulder, and so it's like, "We're leaving now!" And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's right. That's why I'm in this movie theater. My mom bought the fucking ticket." And rips me out of the seat, and my brother, and we go straight home, and she's just cursing a storm. "How dare you fucking tell me I'm gonna believe a goddamn word you ever say in a movie theater?" And so, and since then, she has never believed a movie review from myself or my brother ever. That was like 15 years ago, 16 years ago. Not ever. To this day, like the Justice League movie, the Schneider Cut, I was talking to her about that thing. I was like, "Mom, it was actually really, really good. You should see it." "I'm good." But Mom, it's like a 4-hour thing. It's long, but it's so good. It's like
So just like Scary Movie 3, huh?
That's kind of like the tone of voice she had. And I was like, "Mom, it's really good." Like, "No, I think I'm good." Like,
No, Mom, trust me. Les Mis is a normal movie. There's nothing bad with it. I'm not trusting it.
just Roy
After
Dentster.
Human Centipede, I'm never listening to you again.
Oh God! Could you imagine?
Could you imagine that
That's
scenario?
the one movie you finally convinced her to watch on your word again.
Right?
Just as a joke.
She wouldn't ever watch a movie with you ever again.
No.
Like, period. You couldn't pay her money.
Never. The only exception was like my sister or my oldest brother like told her it was a good movie. It was something. It was like Office Space was one thing.
Oh, wow.
And she believed that, and so now she believes them. But now my other brother and I, so we're like, yeah, it's
Because she didn't lie.
very true.
Me.
That's
Well, they never said it was all it was a good movie.
Steve, you did lie.
I did lie. Hey, how are you gonna see your first R-rated movie, guy?
With somebody else's older brother.
I was saying exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, my older siblings weren't
Older
that cool.
sister.
Somebody else's older sibling.
I
Not
watched it with my
mine.
parents.
Yeah, very true.
My first one was The Falcony.
Mm.
And I watched it with my parents. I would fucking.
Was
the
Passion of the
Blockbuster.
Christ R?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
Okay, then
really?
that was my first R-rated movie, because that's what we have to indoctrinate children with.
How else do you get the message across, sir?
I don't know. Just seemed a little fishy. I ain't trusting.
Was that a Jesus joke? A little fish? I see.
Speaking of high ratings, like for video games, what was like your first like rated T or rated M game?
Damn, you
Sly
got me
Cooper.
over here.
Grand Theft Auto.
Sly Cooper?
Probably, I don't know.
It is too.
I don't remember. No,
that's
I
a
remember.
terrible thing to ask.
I
Like, 'cause you
remember.
gotta really think about this shit.
I
Shadow
was
the
like-
Hedgehog
I
was
was-
my first one. Rated
Shadow the
T.
Hedgehog was
Rated
tight.
T.
I was like
What's
7
that,
or
Resident
8.
Evil 2?
Ooh.
My brother gave me
Yeah,
some game
old.
called Morphers. That was
Yeah,
everything.
I'm old. I'm over here, Shadow the Hedgehog. He's like,
Right?
you fucking whippersnapper.
Love Shadow the Hedgehog though. The game was
100%
dope.
that
Never understood why it had the rating though.
Never understand
Yeah,
why.
guns, bro.
I'm about to say, it literally
Yeah,
had
yeah,
like
guns,
SMGs.
bro.
Literally had an SMG, like just walking around shooting people.
We
Fucking
tried
Shadow
like
went
Looney
hard,
Tunes,
bro.
too.
Yo, he bought that life.
We had guns in the Looney Tunes game and they weren't M.
Because
It
they were
was
beloved
different.
cartoon characters.
So was Shadow!
Shadow was
Beloved.
Yeah, he wasn't beloved.
Speak for yourself.
Nah, man, I enjoyed the first time we got like a rated M game. Got in there and just like didn't need a parent's approval. I was like,
Star Wars
What?
Bounty Hunter. That was
Mortal
cool too,
Kombat.
right?
Ooh, that was a
Mortal
good one.
Kombat was
Yeah.
my first one, actually.
That's
Solid.
true.
solid, man. Especially
I remember
for
the
a
first time I saw a Mortal Kombat Fatality. I was like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Do it again.
Right? Let me learn this combo real quick.
My first Mortal Kombat, I believe it was, Mortal Kombat. It wasn't Annihilation. No, it wasn't.
Annihilation's the movie, that's
Yeah,
trash.
yeah, no, it was Deadly Alliance. Yeah, Deadly Alliance 2. Holy crap, man. That's a lot to think about. Mortal Kombat's come a long way.
That's your first Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, you're old. Not all of us were 17, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry, Ace.
I mean, yeah, do I look? Yeah, that's all that really matters.
In the comments, guess his age. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, who looks at Otis out of all of us? It ain't me.
Ironically enough, the youngest one.
Yeah.
Added stress.
Stretch to be agey though.
Oh, yeah, I do. Be aging those joints, too.
Yo, so are we gonna talk about the 7 little fuckers or not?
The 7 little fuckers like it's the dwarves.
Oh yeah,
Snow White is a
Nick,
7
set
little
us up,
fucker.
Nick.
Recently saw this thing where some girl was like, easy way to like screen first dates and shit is ask them this question because you get easy answers for red flags. The question is, if you were backed up into a corner, perfect corner, endless walls, and you had a mob of 7-year-olds coming at you, how many do you think you could take on before you're either overrun, succumb to exhaustion? How many do you think you could take before you're done? And the person who showed me this, she's my best friend, and she was like, yo, what's your answer? And like paused it before we got to see what the red flag answers were or anything. And I gave her a breakdown about how I thought, 7-year-olds are little and typically pretty fragile, so if I drop a knee to the head of the first one, he should go down without a problem. And then I can pick him up and just chuck him into the rest, give myself a little barrier room. Anyway, went into this whole long bullshit thing. And so then we come back to it, and she goes, all right, so after you ask the guy, the guy the question, if he answers something absolutely ridiculous like, oh, 1 million or 1 billion or just something nowhere in the world of reality.
Red flag.
Immediate red flag. If he looks at you and goes, oh, this is a dumb question or I don't get it or whatever else, red flag.
Yeah.
Basically, if he doesn't answer you with a very detailed breakdown, asking different rules and regulations, implementing the strategies he would use, explaining every integral part of how he would survive this onslaught of little shitheads. That's the only correct answer, because then you know he's genuinely a thoughtful, nice person. And that's how you should screen all of your dates. Granted, you might not want to have kids with him, but it'll be interesting for a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
true.
100%.
So,
I mean,
on that notice, I already pretty much gave most of my answers, just build up barriers of bodies.
all right, Steve, how would you handle a swarm of
Yeah,
7-year-olds?
how many-
what is your realistic expectations for you versus a mob of 7-year-olds backed into a corner?
That is a damn good question.
I'll tell you mine.
Alright.
Well, I mean, we're
Yeah,
expecting
wait.
it. That's the fucking point of asking.
Yeah, well, alright, so
Let's
I
have
see
a-
a bunch of little fuckers
Well,
coming
pause.
at me.
What's the pretext? Are you dealing with allergies at the time? Because if you have to sneeze every about 5 minutes, like I think
Well, that
might
might
be
back up.
pretty
Yeah,
There's 7.
Oh.
Right.
Chemical warfare.
Biological
They'd
warfare.
be terrified. But I'll see the first one coming at me. I gotta tackle that one. Depending on the size, I'm taking that one, and I'm gonna just beat the living shit out of him. Or use him to beat the shit out of the rest of them.
So wait, you tackle the first one?
Tag,
You're already down, bro. You're getting swarmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're swarm, bro.
I'm telling you, you're getting fucked up.
Yo, these are little 7-years old. And like, it's only gonna take a second.
But in the
to
end,
dig
it's
attack.
mob of them.
Puts
Yeah,
a
and
lot
then
of weight
just
coming on you, though.
No.
It's a lot of
Nah.
hits.
So how many
Swarm.
You
realistically?
don't think I can take off like?
I mean, how much
There's
7-year-old?
only like 2 may jump on you, and I can push those off of me.
2?
It's a
Yeah,
swarm.
at a time. Yeah, they're not all jumping on at the same time. They're not that smart.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
that's fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah, they're not that smart.
Alright, so you beat the shit out the first one, use him to beat the shit out some more of them.
Yeah, and I just keep on going about that and use the next body if the one breaks too much, and just keep going on.
So you're
Swinging
playing-
bodies, I think you're exhausting out.
So I say,
pretty
so
quick.
you're
Yeah.
playing a war of lack of endurance at that
Yeah,
point.
I'm not. This is happening in all in under 2 minutes.
So what's your total body count, you think?
I'll take all 7.
No.
No,
It's a
it's a
mob.
swarm of 7-year-olds.
It's a swarm of seven,
It
not
is an
7
endless
of them.
swarm.
It's a swarm of
Endless
7.
swarm.
Endless swarm.
Hold on,
It's a
hold
horde.
on.
It's
Endless-
not 7
I
of
thought it was
them.
just 7
There's
of
like a
them.
couple hundred.
We can handle. We all of us can handle
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7
Seven, like this is not
No,
this is
take
like
it.
easy. This
Is
is
it?
I
That was
know.
last
If
week.
there's
Yeah.
7 of them, punch the first one in the
Yeah.
face and be like, see what happens.
yeah. All right. Sure.
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah, no,
it's
this
a
is
tough
like
answer.
this is like a zombie game mode. Swarm is coming at you. Perfect 90-degree wall.
If it's like a zombie game, do we have like
No
a
weapons,
certain-
no nothing.
alright, do we have a set amount of time between
Nope.
the next one?
How long
It
you
just-
can live? It's just a continuous swarm coming at you.
You're fucked either way, but how many can you take
Yeah.
out?
How many
with
do you think you take down before
Yeah.
you're done?
Eventually, you're gonna go down. Like
Yeah.
that's a given.
Just from exhaustion.
70.
70?
That's a lot of
Yeah.
fucking 7-year-olds, dude.
That is.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
But they
I
go down
would
fairly
literally.
easy.
Oh yeah,
Yes, they do.
they do. Like the first like 10, I'm gonna just like start tearing off body parts and using them as weapons.
See, and I feel like the psychological warfare from that would do you in.
See,
Yeah.
If you start hitting a 7-year-old with the bloody stump of his
Exactly.
friend's arm,
No, that's kind of what pans into mind. The first front runner that gets to me, God have mercy on his soul. Because I know I'm brutally
Yes.
murdering this little 7-year-old
Yes,
child to the
bro.
point of disfiguration, and then I'm gonna hold with my 6'4" tall body. I'm gonna hold the mangled corpse of all their friends. That's gonna start instill fear, and the
It's
rest,
some of
and to a
them.
lot of
Damn,
them. No,
it's
but
some of them.
but then I'm gonna say out. You must fight amongst yourselves. And the last one left alive, I will let live. And not everyone's going to be able to hear that. I understand that. Not the whole entire swarm is. But then the infighting happens. All right?
If that happens, though,
But-
like, there might be a smart one out there that can regroup them.
And you
So-
count
Yeah,
those
there's
who get
about a
knocked
swarm.
out.
Like, there gotta be a couple
you
smart
still
ones
got
in there.
you still got the infighting happening. All right? That handles a lot of them. That takes down a lot of my fighting that I have to do. I feel like I could go on for quite a while. Just murdering these little 7-year-olds, all right? Just absolutely, and I agree with you. Start using their bones as weapons and like
Yeah.
just general
Yes.
limbs. Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
100%.
although the amount of force it takes to actually tear a limb out of socket would probably be more than what it's worth for you in the long run of exhaustion.
Yeah.
I mean, it
just
depends on my adrenaline at the time.
Yeah, like I felt out there.
I think
Well,
so,
no, you can
yeah.
break a bone easy, but like severing the ligaments and tendons, the
That's-
whole
that's
joints,
a lot of- yeah.
where it gets to be like
It's
too
not like
tough.
it's
Nah,
not like when you're
I work-
gutting a chicken.
I
That's
work,
come
no,
pretty
I work
fast.
it. I work it like a fucking crab leg.
They're just like a rock. You need like one solid rock on the ground, like a pretty big.
Yeah, you're good.
Like, stomp it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so initial plan for mine is knock out first one, toss body sideways to create a little bit of
Yo.
space. After that, everyone that makes it over my little makeshift barricade, knock them out as fast as possible and put them to the side. So it starts to create a funnel effect so they can only approach me in almost single file or 2 at a time line. After that, just immediate quick knockdowns.
But that also leaves a blind spot. What if they start climbing the bodies and like you just get like a whole entire like wall
Just
that
coming
just
up the
leap down,
side?
just leap down on top of you at once?
I'm hoping I'm not that good of an architect and the bodies will fall once they start crumbling on them. Like
What
they'll
if
just
they, what if
slide
they, what if
over.
they climb under and just grab your ankles and just
Good.
Then we step on wrists.
while the rest is just attacking your face?
Yeah.
They just
you
start
go down.
pulling you and shit.
But yeah, that's my basic plan: is get one out in the front, slow them down, and then pile bodies on the side to funnel effect it. And from there, it just comes down to how long I can last out before
Because
exhaustion.
realistically,
takes
to
me
do
over.
damage, like they're not going to last more than one direct punch to the face.
No, they're not going to last more than one direct any hit, pretty much
You don't even
anywhere.
have to use full force.
Yeah, you really
No,
don't.
because
Yeah.
they're going to cry until mommy comes to kiss and make it better.
It's-
And
Mommy's
mommy
not
ain't
fucking
here.
here.
Mommy
I'm
ain't
sorry.
fucking here.
I'm your daddy now.
That's just the whole entire swarm of 7-year-olds saying, like, pay your child support in unison. It's terrifying.
So really, did this just turn into all of the kids I don't know about coming to hunt me down for child support? Is
Pretty
that what
much.
this war really is?
I
Steve,
think it sounds like
I'm
it.
waiting for your answer.
Yeah, what's your 7-year-old attack plan?
I don't know, man. The whole time I've been like picturing that last scene in Step Brothers when they go back to that playground to file this. They come down the helicopter with the fucking tuxedo shirt and all that shit. They just wreak havoc.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm picturing. I'm hoping, yeah, but if I'm up against the wall and I got nothing else, it's just me and a swarm of angry 7-year-olds. I mean, again, you hit one, and that's going to send him down. You don't have to hit him that hard. And there's
No.
not really a likelihood of a really tough 7-year-old because the modern times we're in, they're probably all pussies.
Well, it's 7. They're literally maybe 3 foot tall.
Now
Well,
listen
that
here.
too, but like,
My worst fear is that we're going to have to give them all fucking participation trophies.
The ones that
still live, yeah. Yeah.
I like that barricade thing though.
Yeah, no, it's
The
smart.
barricade idea is smart, but you have to build up to that. That takes a lot of energy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Literally, hit, shove, because they're gonna drop and just wail in pain, and then the crush of
Start
bodies.
chopping them in the neck, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's about efficiency. So ultimately, again, big soccer player. So just knees to heads was gonna be my quick KOs for them. You can just grab the back of their head and just fucking slam it into your knees. You bring it up and then throw them wherever the fuck you want.
That's my biggest fear as a tall person is like if a swarm hits and they go for my legs first.
Oh yeah, if you buckle a knee, you're done.
Yeah.
You might go down.
One little kid tackles you with the knee and hits it right, and that
Yeah.
shit backwards.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, I'd do a nut
The whole
shot.
entire time, this sumo
Oh
squad
my
and like
God,
taking these
that petty
fuckers
little
out.
nut shot?
Yeah.
Hold up, little 7-year-old that gets mad at you and immediately dives for your nuts because he knows it hurts
He
adult
doesn't even
males.
dive. He's just right there, just.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck 7th graders.
7-year-olds.
Well, 7-year-olds.
7-year-olds.
Fuck 'em.
Alternatively, we took this to 7th graders. Now they're all 12 and they're starting to hit puberty. It's
So
a
would
much
y'all-
different
Yeah,
game.
angst
So would y'all
race.
rather fight? Would y'all rather fight a class of high schoolers, a class of 15-year-old sophomores in high school, or would you rather fight a whole entire grade of
What's a
3rd
class?
graders?
Like 30?
32.
Okay.
Or would you rather fight a whole entire class, or like a grade?
School?
Would you rather fight a whole entire grade of 3rd graders?
So what? So
3rd graders.
90.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, it
there's
depends
about,
on where you are. Classes
That's
here in
it.
Virginia Beach are a couple hundred.
yeah,
Very true.
We're talking about 400 3rd graders.
and that's what.
And I'd still rather take
this
the 3rd
one,
graders.
This one's in a situation. You show up in the classroom. They know they have to fight you, but you know they haven't initiated yet. And I feel like that's where the psychological warfare comes in. Just brutally murder one to the point where none
Yeah.
else want to
If
fight
I
you.
have
That's
a,
easy.
It's the
if
high
I have
school
an exact number,
Yeah,
then because
because I don't want to fight high
It's a
schoolers.
lot
Nah,
easier.
but-
I don't want to fight high
It's
schoolers
like,
because
not so much.
some of them are bigger than me.
Yeah, that's
like-
fair.
I don't
But
know what's in
also,
the
they're
milk,
not
yeah.
ready for real life.
And
No.
at
If
the
you
same
scout
time, like,
one of their
a lot of
classmates in
those
front of
are
them.
not going to be ready for a fight
No,
like that.
screw
Yeah.
that. Just because high schoolers are fucking mean.
This is
Some of
not
them
a
are big.
Japanese
Some of them
high
are
school
big as
movie.
fuck though. Some of like the fucking football players, basketball players. If it, let's say you get like at least 4 of them in that
Yeah,
class.
tear her face off. Done. Morale
I
is
don't know,
gone.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I
3rd
don't know.
graders, they're like, oh, crazy game. He has played
You
out.
might have one that can actually hold you, maybe.
Maybe.
But still,
Maybe.
all the 32 coming at once, let's say about 6 of them are actual combatants. Like, they could do some damage.
Yeah, rip a face
They
off.
beat your ass,
Are we
and then
still
they
no
make fun
weapons?
of you.
Yeah, no
No
weapons.
weapons. Bare knuckles.
They don't get weapons either, though.
Yeah.
Just to make it fair.
You know what? I'll give the 3rd graders a couple weapons, because then they'll just
What
fight
kind of
over it.
weapons are you giving?
Then I'm taking it down to 2 classes
Playgrounds.
of, then we'll boost it up to like
Playground
3rd
weapons.
graders.
They're allowed, like, jump ropes.
And the stick that they found. That
So what
really
you're saying
cool
is
stick.
we're
Yo,
about to
it's
get
a
jump
kiss for
ropes.
fucking recess?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
like-
screw that.
I'm out.
I'm not doing that.
It's 300 of the kids from recess.
Oh,
It's like,
screw that.
listen, the kindergartners from
They,
recess? Nah, bro.
I ain't finding them kindergarten. Those,
I
those
love
fuckers
fighting
are-
They were
kindergartners.
savages.
They are
No, they were
indestructible.
literally savages.
Literal savage. They had a hierarchy and everything.
Steve, I think you need to throw his toy.
I mean, he's looking. I mean, yeah, but then I'll throw it again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the point. All right. I appreciate those answers. I feel like that was insightful to like.
So just so y'all
that
know,
was
we
very
are all
insightful.
very eligible bachelors.
Hold on. So what is the right answer?
There isn't. So the thing is, it's a screening question for like dates. So if the dude answers anything astronomical, like "oh, 1,000,000 kids, I would never fucking stop," then he's a douchebag and that's a red flag. If he answers like "oh, that's a stupid question," or "that's dumb, that's no fun," whatever, then he's unimaginative, red flag. Can't do it. If he answers with anything other than a very detailed breakdown of his strategy and further follow-up questions about different situations or different, do they have weapons, anything like that, then that shows he's actually a thoughtful guy, he cares a lot, and he's willing to entertain any of your random bullshit. Maybe not the best with kids, but overall a decent dude.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. There is no right answer.
So we're winners here, guys.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we're all very
Yeah.
eligible.
Yeah.
Very
Feel free.
Eligible.
Well,
If you comment and your profile pic on YouTube is cute,
Oh,
maybe
boy.
Ace or Steve will respond. Who knows?
no, I'd say Ace or Steve could be. Yeah, actually, no, that'd be hilarious.
I'm straight as a rainbow, so if you're a cute dude,
No.
let me know.
Let's have like a game show where it's just like those dating shows where like all the girls are behind like the wall and like you get to ask them questions or they get to ask you questions and you have to pick your final one.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have to go
Have
out
you
there.
ever heard of the British version of that? Naked
Yeah.
Attraction?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Weirdest fucking concept ever to me.
Very
What?
weird.
So, Naked Attraction is a British TV show set up a lot like those where it's behind a screen, and it's all these people behind a screen. But like every question they answer or they're asked or whatever, the screen lifts a little bit, and they're all completely naked behind the screen. So the further up it goes, you see their entire naked body. Regular TV show, they just fucking have. It's just a normal thing. And then whoever she picks ends up with, he's completely naked on stage. She has to go backstage, get completely naked, stand front to front with him, and then they're like, okay, cool, now we're gonna go on a date. Thing that makes it really fucking weird to me, the host of the show isn't naked. He's fully clothed the entire time.
How does he feel okay?
They just had a recent scandal on one of their shows because some dude got too aroused and they had to stop filming.
Well, yeah.
Wait, what?
Dude,
like,
bro,
this is the
just-
first time?
Yeah, dude just maintained a boner through filming and they had to stop and reschedule.
Me hard the whole entire time.
Yeah. Stop moving the screen.
Just like-
Hands to yourself. No, not like that.
My hands are up,
Dead bodies,
officer.
dead body, Oprah.
Me just clapping.
Burning
on both
tires,
sides.
burning tires, chairs. Nope.
The dude was like, hey, I'm growing on a show where I don't want to misrepresent.
Random boner fix for all you dudes out there. If you flex any other muscle in your body, bicep, chest, leg, whatever you can, flex it as absolutely hard as you can for like 30 seconds, all the blood will divert there, and it usually gets rid of an awkward boner. Very rapidly, too. Very effective.
I mean, I've heard that as well, but I did not hear it in middle school when it was most needed.
No, me neither. I
I
didn't
was
hear that shit
gonna
till like
say,
last year.
What?
More of a
Alright,
timing.
on that note, this
This
is
is
Two
Two
Cooks.
One server.
And a teacher.
Thanks for watching, y'all. See y'all next time.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.
Yes, of course. Do that. See y'all next time.